How are we? How are you doing? Are you learning to adapt? Are you getting used to working in different ways? Uh, well, just living in different ways. I mean, there's a lot going on. I completely get it. This is following on from one of my last videos. I'm just going to give a few minutes for people to get started. If you're watching this on replay, it's streaming across a few different channels. If you're watching this on replay, please put #replay, and please subscribe if you're finding these interesting and helpful, so that you ensure that you don't miss out on future ones. I'm here to try and help, to try and give a bit of positivity, to try and help you with your, to try and give you I understand that some of you will be in sort of crisis mode, not sure where to start, I do have a green screen, by the way. I know it's not ideal, I know it's not brilliant. I need to get an official proper one behind me to make it work even better. But you don't want to see the junk that's behind me. Listen, we're working from home. Let's make it a bit more fun and put some stuff behind us. So anyway, I realize that some of you will be in different types of modes, and I'm here to try and help you think a bit outside the box, to give you some of the tools to be really helpful, really resourceful. And as I said, it's following on from my last post, which was all about the questions that you need to ask yourselves, the questions businesses need to ask themselves during this COVID-19 crisis. And hopefully you found that there was lots of practical tips. If you look at my last video, there's a link to a spreadsheet there with loads of advice, loads of questions that you should be asking yourself right now. And I'm really trying to work out some of the things that you could be doing and be doing differently. And also just some of the real basics that every business should have implemented and should have in place. And hopefully you found those things helpful. And so this is following on from that. And it's so important to understand marketing at a time of crisis. Forbes talks about it as well. And when a recession comes, don't stop advertising. Now, obviously, you've got to be very careful about cash flow and not going under. But what you've got to also do is look at history and take opportunities. And one of the examples is during the Great Depression, in the breakfast cereal category, pretty much all organizations, all companies, all brands stopped spending immediately. Kellogg's, on the other hand, doubled their spend, and they came out of it with 30% more profit and the market leader. So there are stories, but this isn't just about marketing. This is to help you give you some solid advice, give you some business thoughts, and it's about how can you be. What's your strategy? You're going to have to rewrite your marketing strategy. You're going to have to rewrite your business strategy. What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? What's going on now with your target audiences? What's their pains? How can you help them? How can you consider them in different ways? How can you show that you understand them? And all of these things are really important. So I've come up with a simple 5-step plan to help you be strategic and to help you get some focus and some really simple implementable things that you can implement quite quickly. And maybe some of you have already started these things, but it's just to get you thinking. So step 1, and there's gonna be a blog. You'll be able to click this and read as well. And I'll put that, once it's loaded, I'll put that in the description. But step 1, so communicate with existing and potential clients and customers, whatever you might call them. So what is your plan for communicating with them? You absolutely need to think about building confidence, being accessible, making yourself available, taking opportunities, and adapting by understanding needs, really understanding your audience. There's so many tools that you could do this with. You could do it by email, you could do it by picking up the phone. And I think that's actually really important in this crisis. I think email goes a long way, but I'd be looking at your main clients, your main customers, and be picking up the phone and having a conversation. I think that can make such a big difference. Sending text, pinning a post on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, doing something on Instagram, doing something on Snapchat. Don't forget you can pin stuff to the top of pages. You know, what does your website say? Do you need to send a text out? Let them know what's going on. Ask them what they need. You know, we're all in this together. How can we help each other? And you know, do you need some kind of live chat to make it easier to get for people to contact you? So that's step one. Communicate with existing and potential customers and clients. So step two is about, you're going to have to adapt. You're going to have to adapt products and services to be able to sell online, or to be able to do things online, to be able to business transact online. So thinking about your audience, thinking about potential and existing clients, you know, what's the perfect service or product that you could be offering right now? I realize that some businesses may not be able to see what this is. And for those businesses, what I suggest as a stopgap is, it's all about brand. It's all about being there, giving help, being resourceful. You may not be able to sell during this period, but what you can do is line things up. What you can do is build a demand for when we get out of this period. So it's all about, you know, I was talking about in my last video that I did, I was talking about how to become robust in this process, how to take opportunity, how to survive, but also how to come out of it fighting, and how to take opportunities. So it's really important that you think about how you can adapt products and services. But if you're unable to find ways to sell online, to bring cash in, then it's around, well, okay, what can you do to build the brand, to build assurance, and to give you that pipeline for when you do come out of this, for when we all come out of this. So you need to think about putting a package together, making it easy to buy. What is it? How's it going to solve my problem? How much is it? How do I buy it? Make it really simple. Create simple graphics. Use tools like Canva, really easy to use. Of course, you can employ graphic designers. They probably need the work right now as freelancers. And of course, we do this stuff. But have a look at some of the free tools that are out there. You know, Canva is a brilliant tool. So we've got step one: speak to your existing clients and potential clients. You know, speak to them, how they're doing. Step two: start adapting your products and services to sell online. Step three: did you have any events or face-to-face time planned, and who with? What were those things? And can you consider how you could convert them into something online? Could it be webinars? Could it be live sessions? Could it be chats? All sorts of different things. There's so many tools: Google Hangouts, YouTube, like I'm streaming right now on live. Excuse me. Zoom. I think Zoom is going to be a market winner here. GoToWebinar for doing webinars. Although I'm having a look at something called Big Marker, which I think I'm preferring it much more to GoToWebinar, and it's also a better price point. So that's something else to look at. So we've looked at step one. That's speaking to existing and potential customers. Straight away, build confidence. Step two: adapt products, adapt services to be able to sell online. Step three: did you have any events or face-to-face time, and how are you going to move some of that online? Where's the opportunities? Do you need to upskill and understand these tools? Step four: provide a list of frequently asked questions that people are likely to ask. Really important. It shows that you understand. It helps from a customer service point of view. It gives advice. We're probably talking 5-10 questions. Each question should probably have a sort of 2 or 3 sentence answer. Could this be put onto some of your web pages? Could it go onto some of your social platforms? There's a huge opportunity here as well, because only recently, my background is search engine optimization, all about search engine optimization. And there's a huge opportunity here because only recently Google talked about something called FAQ schema, so frequently asked questions schema. And basically you can, in a nutshell, without going into detail on this webinar, in a nutshell, you can tell Google what your questions are and what your answers are, so that when someone's Googling that, if you try Googling a question, you'll find that there's lots of answers that are straight there on Google's page without going onto someone's website. The way to get your questions and answers there is to use schema, FAQ schema. You can Google it. I've got a link in the blog, and basically it tells Google what your questions and answers are, and you've got a very good chance of appearing in Google. Also, even answering questions on when people are using voice search on Google Home and Alexa, those are the answers that are being given. Those questions and answers that Google can understand are questions and answers. It might sound complicated. It's not too complicated. It's a bit of code that says, Google, this is a question and this is the answer. Simple as that, really. So that was step 4. And step 5. So step 5, you need to get out there. It's the same business principle, networking, speaking to people, going out there. So it's how you can adapt to do these things. And I've come up with a list of things that you could be doing right now. So what Facebook groups could you be joining and having a conversation in? What LinkedIn groups could you be joining and having conversation in? Could you be posting on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram? Could you be doing some email marketing? Could you be doing some Facebook advertising? Huge opportunity, I think, with Facebook advertising. They've just announced a grant. I'm going to come on to how I can help in some of the resources at the end very shortly. Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising, Instagram advertising, Google pay-per-click, AdWords. Could you send out a press release? Could you start blogging? Could you start vlogging? Could you do some live video? There's so many things, but the key thing here is about being resourceful, being helpful, give advice, help people be seen as an expert in your field. That's the key thing. You need to be seen as an expert in your field and help people see that. Make sure that your Google listing is up to date. Do you need to change the telephone number on there? Do you need to put some kind of notice on well, from an SEO point of view, you need to edit it, update it, complete every single field on there. Optimize your website. Now's the time, again, to take opportunity and to make sure that you're high when someone's searching for something, and having sort of very strong key messages on your website so that when someone gets there, they understand how you can currently help and how you can help in the future. So maybe you need to be looking at the optimization of your website from many different points of view, whether it be search engine optimization, whether it be usability, whether it be content, whether it be speed, whether it be mobile friendly, all sorts of things. Most importantly, you've got to be a bit scrappy with your marketing. I totally get that you've got to be careful with money, but don't forget the Kellogg's example where they doubled spend and they came out the market leader. So it's about being clear. What is it you're trying to achieve? Be sensible. What are your goals? Give yourself goals. Take a bit of time out for your mental health. You know, make sure you've got that breathing space and that thinking space, and work alongside peers. We're all in the same boat here, and I think in most cases really want to help each other. Discover the opportunities, try stuff, test stuff, fail at stuff, test again, and then succeed. There's loads of different ways that I can help, lots and lots of different ways, and I'm just going to give you a few different ones. If this is being helpful, then please let me know. Please put something in the comments. Please like, please share, please subscribe. All of these things would really help me as a thank you for helping you if you're finding that these things are helpful. So how can I help you? There's a few different ways. We've teamed up with a number of businesses during this crisis to offer some non-billable expert advice. We've got a Facebook and we've got a LinkedIn group. You'll find links in the blog that I'm going to send out as well. We're offering 30-minute free video marketing consultations on video, so you can contact us for those. Depending on when you watch this video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but there's going to be an invite for a Zoom get together for peers to chat and to try and work together in times of crisis. Depending on the date and time you see this, then send me a request for an invite to that. We're probably going to be doing them quite regularly though. But I'd love you to join us if you can. It'll help you get to know the products, for example, like Zoom, but also it'll give you that brilliant opportunity to chat to people that are in the same boat with you. We offer all sorts of different things. I'm not going to turn this into a sales pitch, so there's loads of stuff on our website that we offer, and you're more than welcome to speak to us about. Other resources though, it's worth noting that Facebook are putting a small business grant out, $100 million for 30,000 businesses. There's a link in the blog to start that application process. I'm not sure on the exact eligibility or criteria yet, but I think it's worth putting your name in the hat to see where you might be able to get. There's loads of other resources that I've put together. The most important thing is be positive, be calm, and look for opportunities. There will be opportunities here. It's about, adapting, learning, reflecting, working differently, making sure you're speaking to people, and getting out there. Listen, I hope this is helping. As I said, please like, share, retweet, put something in the comments, subscribe, help me if I'm helping you, and let's all work together. Stay safe. Thank you so much to our frontline workers, and thank you to the people that are staying at home as well. We're going to get through this, and from a business point of view, I'm here. I'm happy to help, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. And we'll be doing plenty more of this. So I look forward to speaking to you soon, and take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you again.